Hey guys, what's up? It's Carson, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about me and my boyfriend. I've mentioned my boyfriend here before. You might see pictures of him around in my room, but I've never really introduced him to you guys, and I wanted to. I asked him if this is okay, obviously, but I wanted to introduce him to you because we are currently looking for a place to live together, and if that ends up happening, you guys are going to see a lot more of him throughout vlogs and things like that, and I just wanted to introduce you and have you guys know a little bit about him. So my boyfriend and I started talking April 11th of 2018, I think. We met in a nature writing class at college. He is a business major, or was a business major, and I was an English and history double major. And we bonded through loss. If you've been around my channel, you know that my grandfather died of brain cancer, and he also lost someone very close to him. So that is kind of what bonded us originally, and he actually emailed me asking me about the homework for our class, and then kept emailing me, and after what, maybe 2-3 days of emailing back and forth, he finally gave me his number, because I am so shy, like I was not gonna make the first move. So he gave me his number and we texted, and then 7 months later, like I'm not kidding you, I worked hard to catch this man. 7 months later, he asked me to be his girlfriend, and we officially started dating. So it'll be like 3 years coming up, and then it's been like 2.5 years since we've been officially dating. But yes, I asked him some questions, and I'm gonna put those kind of interspersed throughout my answers, but I'm going to answer them as well.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I've been in a relationship with this wonderful person, CarsonLee Harper, for quite some time. Carson knows the exact amount of time.
Like 2.5 years.
There we go. When I first saw you, like in an English class.
Yeah.
And the, what building was that?
I don't know. It was the one next to...
The teacher's building. You're gonna be in that building.
Gentry, maybe?
Yeah, I forgot the name of the building. Mainly just like, one, she is well dressed, because it's like you know, I mean, you've talked about it to your subscribers. Used to always wear like the tights and a dress, or tight skirt and like a sweater. You were like well dressed, like a teacher, and that you were also super intelligent and well spoken. And it was like you always had something intelligent to say. Whatever regarding whatever we're talking in class, and that you had a really good laugh. I wish I could just make you laugh on command right now, because like you do, you have a good laugh, and like, so when you get nervous in front of people, you crack the laugh like that, and so you'd be talking, and then that would happen.
Because I'm socially awkward.
It's not socially awkward.
I'm a little socially awkward.
Not at all. When I asked you out,
we don't have to tell the story. They don't need to know the story.
Very nervous, because I had contemplated it earlier in the day, and yeah, just like wanting the perfect situation to happen, and then it just happened the way it happened. But we're here now, so obviously it was worthwhile and good, right?
I knew I wanted a future with him before we even started talking, and I know that that's so weird, but we were in this nature writing class together. We were in that class for 3 months together before he had emailed me and started talking to me. So we had to go to this reading by Joy Harjo. She's a poet, and she came and did a reading at our university, and we had to go. And I walked into the auditorium, and everybody had taken the aisle seats, which if you're ever going to something, like, that's so rude. Please don't take all the aisle seats, because we want to sit too, and so then we have to like ask people to move. And it wasn't, I didn't come in last minute, like I was there before the doors even opened, but I just hadn't like gotten in quickly. So anyway, everyone was sitting on the aisle seats, and so I looked for somebody that I knew because I didn't want to have to ask a stranger to move, because I'm really shy, guys. I'm a huge introvert. So I saw Andrew and I was like, he's in my class. We're going there. We're gonna go to his row. And I actually had some people with me. We didn't come together, but I had seen them there because this was my junior year, and so I knew the university, or maybe it wasn't my junior year, maybe it was my sophomore year. It was my sophomore year. But anyway, I knew the university, I knew my departments, so I knew a lot of the kids there and a lot of the professors there. So I had a couple of kids with me, and I was like, hey, we're gonna go sit with this guy. And I had never really spoken to him before. We had never really had a conversation before, but I remember sitting there, and I sat next to him, and then my other people, they weren't even really my friends, my acquaintances, sat on my other side. And I remember watching him, and he was in like a pullover. He loves pullover. This is his. It's not a pullover, but he loves like quarter zips. And so he's in a quarter zip with a collared shirt underneath, and I remember he had like a big watch on, and we had to take notes because we had to write about going to see this person speak. So he was writing notes on the program, same thing I was doing, and I remember looking at him and like, sorry, they're cutting down trees in my complex. This makes me sound like a total crazy person, but I remember looking at him and thinking like that we had kids, that we were at a kids concert or something together, and how safe I felt sitting next to him, and how nice it would be to sit next to him at something like that. So that's when I knew I wanted a future with you, Andrew, if you haven't heard that story already.
I mean, I would say very early on, we talked about our ideals, what we wanted individually, what we wanted for our families, and we just kind of clicked. So I'd say through those like very early conversations, we know because we kind of dove like real deep right off the bat of getting to know each other.
Yep.
So
it's because of nature writing,
death.
Yeah. All those things that connect us to.
Yeah, that really make you kind of dive deep quickly. I mean, go to museums. Like, that's obviously number one, because we always have a great time. Especially going to new museums we haven't gone to. I mean, I like visiting ones we've already been to, but like really getting to dive into a new one. A good mid-sized museum. Because the large museums, we want to get through everything, but it can be a lot.
But then we're there for 10 hours.
10 hours, and it's like, get me the F out.
We don't
you
eat
make
dinner.
The smart decision of wearing sneakers now, so we'll, it's easy on the feet.
It was our anniversary. I was trying to look cute.
And you were wearing heels to...
I wasn't wearing heels. I was wearing booties.
It was the Boston Museum of Modern Art, which is like a square block in size. Like a block in Boston. How many 3 floors?
I didn't know that it was that big, and a basement, but only half the basement was open.
It was of decent size.
I'm gonna have to agree with him on this one. It's definitely museums. We love to go to museums together and look at things, and different things strike us in different ways, and it always leads to such interesting conversations and like deep topics that we discuss together. So definitely going to museums. I really want to write with him. I would steal his answer, which you'll hear in a minute, because I agree with him, but I really want to write with him. I want to write something together that we both work on, whether that's like brainstorming together and me doing most of the writing or what have you. I really want to write with him. I think it would be fun to have a project that we share together.
Go see Europe, even though that's kind of like an extension of museums, because all of Europe's a museum. I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a good way. I wish we kind of had that kind of history in the United States. But definitely go to Europe. My favorite thing is that you know what you want. You know what you want, and you go after it, and you get after it, and you do it. There's no indecisiveness in you, which is probably my worst quality. My least favorite quality is that you have too many good qualities.
That's such a cop-out.
My favorite thing about him is how much he cares about people. He's the most caring person I have ever met. He gives 110% to everything that he does and everything that he's a part of, to all of the people in his life, and it's truly amazing to see. And he gave a cop-out answer, but my least favorite thing about him is his indecisiveness. Boy can't pick anything out for himself. Like, I love him to death, but literally asking him what we're gonna do for dinner, it's an hour, 2, 3 conversation with us. And I mean, I'm indecisive too, and so the combination is just not the best for us. It leads to a lot of killed time.
I don't know if this is like YouTube-able, but I was gonna say a day with your papa.
That's a very nice wish for me. Don't cry.
Well, I'm trying to give you the real uncut. And...
I think my answer would be to give Andrew a sense of certainty about his decisions. I have watched him make decisions in his life that are not like good or bad objectively. They're just decisions that are going to take him down a certain road or whatever, and it really eats him up inside. He's always wondering what if he had been better, done better, made a different choice. And so if I could wish for something that would stay with him forever, that I knew would be the truth, it would give him like a sense of peace with some of the decisions that he makes, and just knowing that everything's gonna be okay and that it'll all work itself out.
I would say, like, at a macro level, going from getting to spend pretty much every day, every second together, like when we're at college, to not, then us both moving back home.
I'm a planner and he's not a planner, and that has just caused us to butt heads over and over and over again, and we're definitely both adjusting to it. I'm going more with the flow, and he is giving me more of that certainty that I desire. But yeah, we definitely struggle with that over and over again, just me wanting things done a certain way and him not really caring when or if they're done that way. So yeah, and I agree with him that that struggle is also hard.
Your writing?
Mm-hmm.
I've never read your writing. No, I'm kidding. I've read your writing. And you know I've read your writing. I like your writing. I'm not a big reader. Probably just like crucifying myself right there. But your writing keeps the reader interested. It's the language itself is eloquent, and then the subject matter is also interesting. So it's a good combination of the two, and it kind of keeps your reader involved. It's almost like you're like a more interesting Steinbeck. There's really great imagery, but the story's also interesting. So
Cool, I'll take it.
When I read Andrew's writing, it feels like he's speaking to me, and it feels so universal, like he's talking about things that everybody goes through. Even if he's talking about specifics with him and his family, you feel it. I can feel his writing. I wish he wrote more. I wish that he wrote as much as I did, or more than I did. I wish I could read more stuff of his, because it really does, like, that's always my goal when I'm writing, is to leave you feeling something, and his writing does that 100%.
I guess about me, Carson's way out of my league.
That's not true.
About Carson, from the vlogs I've watched and the videos I've watched, your YouTube audience is getting the genuine you, and then they're getting a full open you, and sometimes you're reserved, but I think like they definitely get that true, real version of you. And about our relationship, I think about our relationship, and I guess like any relationship in general, whether it be with a partner, with a friend, with teachers, what we've learned is like communication is obviously super paramount, and then also I don't know how to put it I can only think of it in like a finance way, unfortunately, but like the ability to problem solve together is also super important. Yeah, I wish I could say that in a more eloquent way, but yeah.
So that's a little bit about me and him and our relationship. Ask any questions if you want down below. Does your significant other write? If you're a writer, do you share writing? Do they read your writing before anybody else? Let me know. And if you have any questions for Andrew, leave them down below too. He does comment or like my videos most of the time, but he does not actually watch them. So yeah, but I hope that this gave you a little bit more about us and some of the dynamics that you may or may not see in upcoming vlogs in the next few months as we move forward in our life and our relationship, and hopefully I will be in a room that doesn't have a K on the wall. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you saw and want to see more reading and writing content from me, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you guys here, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.